Here's a guide on all evolutions. The evolution archers have more hit points than the original archers, but the close-up damage stays the same. They will have a unique ability called Power Shot, which deals double damage to enemies far away. The bats. They do the same damage as the bats, but have 59 more hit points at level 15. It will take 2 cycles to get to the bats. When they hit, they can heal themselves. If they're full hit points, when they hit, they can heal past their own hit points to a maximum of 356 hit points at level 15. The Battle Ram. Evolution Battle Ram takes 2 cycles to get to, and also spawns 2 Evolution Barbarians when it connects. It knocks back any troop in its way while charging, and does damage to those troops. It can also one-shot goblins as it charges. It also does not connect straight away, and it will keep hitting the tower till it goes down. The Bomber. Evolution Bomber will have more hit points than its non-evolved form, but does the same damage. Its bomb will also bounce twice, and it will only take 1 cycle to get to the Evolution Bomber. Here's some gameplay of the Evolution Bomber. Cannon. The Evolution Cannon has the same stats as the Cannon. It does barrage damage on deployment that does damage to any units in the area, as well as knocking the targets back. Evolution Electro Dragon. The Evolution Electro Dragon has the same stats as the Electro Dragon, but instead of just hitting 3 targets, it will hit an infinite amount of times continuously, chaining as long as there are multiple units. The Mortar. When the mortar fires and the cannonball lands, it deploys a goblin. The Evolution Mortar has more hit points than the original Mortar, but it does less damage and it shoots 1 second faster. Everything else is the same. The Goblin Cage. It will only take 1 cycle to get to the Goblin Cage, and it has the same stats as the unevolved version. The Goblin Cage, when placed, will pull an enemy inside when it gets close enough. Once the target's inside, it will take damage till the Goblin Cage has been destroyed. When it pulls in a giant skeleton, after the giant skeleton goes down, the bomb will still go off. The Goblin Drill. Evolution Drill has the same stats as the Goblin Drill, but when it hits 66 hit points, it will submerge, then at 33%, it will submerge again. When it is placed next to the tower, when it submerges, it will move around the tower. Goblin Giant. Evolution Goblin Giant has the same stats as the Goblin Giant, but when it hits 50% hit points, it will continuously spawn goblins from its backpack till you take it down. It can even 3-crown by itself. The Ice Spirit. The Ice Spirit will take 3 cycles to get to the evolution form, and does the same damage and has the same hit points as the original Ice Spirit. When the Evolution Ice Spirit connects, it stays on the target and freezes and does the same damage to the target 2 more times. It also damages and freezes any card around the target. the target goes down before the ice spirit finishes its freezes, it will go onto the floor, and any unit that walks into the radius will take damage and get frozen. The Knight. The Knight's going to take 2 cycles to get to the evolution. The Knight evolution will have a shield while walking, and it will heavily reduce range damage. The evolution Knight will have more hit points and damage than the original Knight. Mega Knight. The evolved Mega Knight will knock back enemies with every punch. It will have the same overall stats as the normal Mega Knight. Evolution Musketeer. The Evolution Musketeer has the same stats as the Musketeer. Its evolved ability will be a sniper shot with unlimited range and can be shot 3 times. The sniper will only work on units that are in the line that it shows you before it is deployed. The sniper shot will also do more damage than the Musketeer's normal shot, and it can also shoot at buildings. Evolution Pekka. The Evolution Pekka will heal every time it takes down a target. It will heal almost 10% of its hit points per death. It can also overheal similar to the bats to a maximum of 50% of its current hit points. Except from the heal, the Evolution Pekka has the same stats as the Pekka. The Royale Giant, let's take a look at it. The Royale Giant has big golden balls, and when it shoots, it deals recoil damage, which pushes back any troop within the radius. The Royale Giant will only take 1 cycle to get to the evolution. Let's take a look at how the Skeleton evolution is going to work. It's going to take 2 cycles of Skeleton to get to the evolution. The Skeleton evolution, every time it hits, it will summon a new Skeleton evolution to a maximum of 8. The Tesla takes 2 cycles to get to the evolved form. It also has more HP than the original Tesla, but has the same damage. It also has a pulse when it first comes up, which does AoE damage to anyone who is in the radius. The Valkyrie. It will take 2 cycles to get to the evolution Valkyrie. She will also have the same damage as well as hit points as the original Valkyrie. Her special ability will be a tornado when she hits, which has a 5.5 tile radius and will do 111 tornado damage, which will pull enemies within the radius towards her. The Wall Breakers. The Evolution Wall Breakers will have more damage if their original form connects than the non-evolved version. It takes 2 cycles to get to the Wall Breakers. If they go down before they connect, they will turn into a runner, which does less damage and has less hit points than the original evolved Wall Breakers. Here's some gameplay of the Evolution Wall Breakers. Wizard. The Wizard has a fiery shield that knocks back enemies when it is taken down and does damage to them. It will also take only 1 cycle to get to the Evolution Wizard. Here's some gameplay of the Evolution Wizard. The Zap. The Evolution Zap takes 2 cycles to get to it. It has the same damage as the normal Zap, but similar to the Evolution Ice Spirit, it zaps 3 times on the ground, but the radius increases with each zap from 2.5 tiles to 3.5 tiles. Firecracker Evolution. The Firecracker Evolution has upgraded weaponry. When the Firecracker fires, it splits into 5 sparks on impact and leaves sparks on the floor that deal area damage as well as damage per second. It will take 2 cycles to get to the Firecracker Evolution form. The Goblin Barrel evolution takes 2 cycles to get to. It deploys a decoy on the opposite side to where you play it, which has the same damage as the Goblin Barrel, but a lot less HP.